Man, what a day. So, today was kind of a special occasion. It's Father's Day, and it was like a personal special occasion. So, I decided to make birria tacos. And I went to the store and I got a rather lean cut of beef. It was leaner than I thought it would be. It said shoulder chuck roast. So here I'm cutting it into about 2-inch sections and putting it on a paper towel. Thinking back to when I was very young, we had tacos that were like a mix, like that stuff you get from the store, like the old El Paso or the Ortega, seasoning packets, and that was tacos to me, and Taco Bell, obviously. I loved Taco Bell. But those were kind of the only tacos I knew, which were kind of super American, kind of Ohio tacos. I remember one day when I was little, I ate so many tacos and I got food poisoning. I literally thought that I was dying. And I remember I was walking with Mavis. She was walking me to her house so that we could, my mom had to work, so I was going to stay home with Aunt Robin, but I was throwing up the entire way, and I kept begging Mavis to call for help, but there was no cell phones back then. I really thought I was going to die. But man, I love tacos. So I'm salting the meat. I'm using sea salt and salting it on all sides and putting it on a paper towel. So after that's done, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about 3 hours. And it really does affect the meat somewhat. It's supposed to give it a better crust, a better char. So, just so you guys know, this is a editing video. Like, I'm learning how to edit videos. So this isn't a cooking video. I've never done this before. The first time that I had these kind of tacos, I think it was with my brother, and we were in Newark, Ohio, and it was really one of the best days that I've had in a long time. I don't get to hang out with my brother that often, and he knew this spot. We went there, and this is what we ordered, and it was so good. It was just sort of spicy, sort of homey. You know what I mean? So I got the meat out of the refrigerator after about 3 hours, and I'm going to sear it now. Using olive oil. Like I said, the meat is really lean. I wonder how you put music in a video. I have to figure that out. So I'm searing it in batches. I'm putting 3 or 4 in at a time. I think I came out with about 8 pieces, as I recall. So yeah, as it sears on all sides, I'm just watching it, not trying to cook it through. But man, does it smell good. I kind of wonder, like, if it's just for one person, could you sort of use like a steak, like a strip steak or something, just make a small batch? That would be interesting. So now I'm chopping up some garlic. I put about 1 onion in there, and a whole head of garlic. I just took all the cloves off and chopped them up. But about 1 onion, one was fresh, and then I found something in the freezer, kind of threw it in there. I don't think I'm gonna keep onions in the freezer anymore. I don't like it. So this other half of the onion I'm going to use to top my tacos. So I'm going to cut it up a little bit differently. You guys don't make fun of my knife. I know it's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So yeah, in this video, I want to learn how to do voiceovers, transitions, sort of just streamline how I import and export videos. So yeah, I grew up eating sort of basic tacos. I remember when I went to go visit my dad, he took me to a real taco restaurant, and that was like the first authentic tacos that I ate. And I could have been like 8 or 9 years old, and I did not like them at all. He was pissed, and I didn't really know my dad very well. I had never seen like an angry man before, so that kind of scared the crap out of me that day. He was mad because I didn't eat the tacos. So here's the peppers I'm putting in here. I think these are like ancho, and the little ones are arbols, and they're a little bit hotter. And those are New Mexico peppers. So about 4 New Mexico peppers, 4 anchos, 3 arbols. And I thought that it would be too hot. I didn't find out until after they were done, after I tasted them, that there was almost no heat at all, which I was kind of disappointed in. I don't know why, if it was the tomato that I put in there that killed the heat, or did I cook it too long or too hot? I don't know. So I'm de-seeding, deveining the peppers. I always thought that the seeds added heat to the peppers, but I guess what they actually do is just make the dish bitter, so you have to de-seed them. And I guess these peppers are just, basically dried. Like, you could put these seeds in the ground and they would grow. So maybe sometime down the line, before I die, I'll grow some peppers. So I heated up this little comal and throwing the peppers on there to sort of heat them up, toast them a little bit. And then I put them in water for about 20 or 30 minutes, some hot water. to sort of rehydrate them. Here I am measuring out some of the seasonings. I put cumin, coriander, black pepper, salt, a little bit of clove, and a little bit of cinnamon in there. But I don't really think I have. It wasn't that spicy. I don't really know that I put in enough spices. Oh, and some oregano. So I think I added a little bit of vinegar here and put in my onions and some olive oil. Now I'm going to add a little bit of tomatoes, 4 tomatoes. And I really think that the tomatoes might have killed the heat. I don't know. I was, not disappointed. It was good. Don't get me wrong, but I would have liked a little bit more heat in there. So here I am adding the spices. So I'm going to take about half the tomatoes out and blend them up. There they are. And then I'm going to add the blended peppers. I put those in the blender as well with some of the water. And then after that, I'm going to add the meat. Yeah, at the end there was very little fat. It mostly rendered out, and I cut off just a little bit. Probably that little bit you see there. 2 bay leaves. So I'm going to bring it up to a little simmer and then put it on my smaller burner. I ended up cooking this for 5 hours. Normally, I guess it takes between 2 and 3 hours, but this meat was a little bit tough, so I let it cook longer. I probably could have even let it cook another hour, but it was good the way it was after 5 hours, and it sort of came apart pretty easily. So I put some foil on top to sort of keep the moisture in. So this is what it looked like when it came out, when I started taking it out and pulling apart the meat. So my favorite tacos are a place called Taco Junior in Toledo. Really good. It's just like a small food truck, and they make really good tacos. I remember when I was in the patrol, went to Yuma for a minute, for about a month, I think, and the tacos there was a taco truck right outside of the hotel, and like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think it was, they had all these different taco trucks, but man, the food was so good. And there was this one taco truck I would go to, and the tacos were only like $3 a piece. Man, they were so good. But they had like the cilantro and the onions. I really liked that. So I'm ladling on some of the consomme. I kind of wish I would have strain that before I put it on the meat, but it didn't really make that much of a difference. Here I am actually straining the consomme. And that really made a difference in the look and the quality of it. It was really good. So here it is, the after get strained. Really lean meat. There wasn't a lot of fat. So what I ended up doing was putting bacon fat in the pan to sort of help things along. So the idea is to dip your tortillas, your corn tortillas, in the consomme and build your tacos sort of in the pan. So here I am doing that. Now I used just sort of a regular shredded cheese from Kroger's. I didn't use any special Oaxacan cheese, so don't hate me. There's a picture of it right there. Here I am adding the meat. Gotta try to find the right balance between, you know, meatiness and like foldability. You know, I like them meaty. I'm gonna throw in some cilantro and onions also, just because I like that. About ready to try to fold them over. You kind of take your time, like don't rush it. It's not a big deal. Actually, the sort of browner and crispier it gets, the better. So. What I do is I turn the pan around, so I'm only turning it in one direction. It makes it a lot easier for me since I'm right-handed. Alright, so here's the finished product. I'm really looking for suggestions on how to make my videos better, my editing better. Turned out really well. Tacos are really good. I'm gonna be eating these for like the next 3 or 4 days.
Pero si te busco siempre me mandas con tus amigas. Yo quiero ser